shining on a cloudy day, and it don't matter what you say, 'cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here.
Go ahead and kill your eye. While you at it, go kill your mother. Don't leave her to suffer. Look at your sister. She can no longer see in color. All she sees is gray, black, and white. Your grandmother is in pain and she can no longer sleep at night. Street law, I get it, but really, what's the appeal? Because it really don't make you raw. It really don't make you real. Your man back against the wall. You don't think he's gonna squeal. Fuck deal. I don't make the rules. We could read about it in history. You scream gang gang, and the way I move it is a mystery. Until reality hits and now your family's in misery and the lawyers want their money. Only cash on delivery. There's more options than a cemetery or solitary. What you gonna do when no one's filling the commissary or supporting the burner? And you can't bear to hear your mother's voice anymore because the way that you've heard her. Her life has changed forever. She mourns in a storm she never thought she had to weather. She just can't seem to keep herself together. And when she wakes up in the morning, all she hears is silence. Due to all this senseless violence, it doesn't matter how distant the time gets, she's constantly reminded her son was taken in such a ruthless climate. But go ahead and kill your eye. And while you're at it, go kill your mother. Because that's what you're gonna do. You take that man's life, you're gonna take away hers too. I'm not talking down on you when I say to try to look at life in a different way. One where a target isn't on your back and you're here to live another day. Imagine somewhere laid in the shade on somebody's island. Or at one of the fancy restaurants where they got people playing a violin. But instead you out here whining and talking about you on demon time. And don't listen over your left shoulder. He is lying. Kids, doing bits. That's no way to live. Speaking on the dead, that used to be a no-no. Thoughts taking over your head and it got you feeling loco. Was a follower, could have led. The streets got you in a chokehold. You want the beef to be dead, but instead you grabbed the infrared and now you're standing at a crossroads. Think of 7-year-old you. What would you want him to do? To him, make some confession. Before the aggression and depression, innocent in your adolescent, you jump to succession in any profession. That's the real you that you're neglecting. Otherwise, it ain't too hard to tell that this shit won't end too well. Don't make a move that'll have you regretfully reflecting on your legacy. There's so much more that you can be. Wake up. Smell the daisies. Killing your brother, woman, children, and babies? It's really a shame. Firing off like Max Payne, but this ain't no video game. Now if you work on yourself like you work on your aim. Now if you work on yourself like you work on your aim, you would see that this shit is really lame. But go ahead and kill your eye. And while you at it, go kill your mother.
Hey everybody, welcome, my beautiful kings and queens. Come on in and join the family. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell so you could be alerted when I drop another video pertaining to one of your favorite celebrities or one of your favorite YouTuber influencers. At the end of the day, your opinions and thoughts are truly welcome on the comments down below, where we could agree to disagree, but we're going to be respectful to one another thoughts and opinions. So let me get into it. Let's get into it. What we going to do? We going to get into it. Yes. I'm going to be realistic. To know me, know I loved it. The Migos. Yes. And I'm really heartbroken for the tragic news of Takeoff. It was sad in my heart that, you know, a young man full of talents, handsome, you could tell he was always quiet to himself. You know, to me, I picked up like an aura, like he was kind of soft-spoken to himself, you know, was not about drama. And you could tell like he loved the family, the list go on. But it's so sad that Takeoff, that goes by the name of, I think it's Chris Nick, Kyrie Ball, I think that's how I pronounce it. excuse me if I can't pronounce correctly, but by that name. And professionally he go by the name of Takeoff. And he was, part of the Amigos with Quavo, Offset, and himself. So people to know that, he was born June 18, 1994 at Lawrenceville, Georgia. And it's sad that he lost his life on November 1st, 2022 in Houston, Texas. Migos was a very well-known group with, with a lot of hits. And very, like I said, unique, talented young men that paved the way for their own self, to financially support themselves and their family. But it's so sad in my heart that this young man, that a day he went out, they family, because if I'm not mistaken, Quavo is Quavo is the uncle to Takeoff, and Offset is their cousins. So they family, and as me reading, they all grew up in a house together. Quavo mom raised, Offset and Takeoff all in the same house. But Quavo mom, sadly lost her life as well. I think at the age of 80 something, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? And it's sad. Like, this young man went out, enjoyed himself for a bunch of, with his uncle, maybe with friends. A time out, time fun, because it was Halloween before that, before that day of November 1st. And he lost his life on November 1st. So let's go say October 31st, he attended an event. And if I'm not mistaken, it was in something like a bowling alley. Y'all could comment in the comments down below. Like I said, we family. We're going to discuss it and we'll talk. You understand? And you can tell me how y'all feel. How it's affecting y'all as well. So he attended this event. So as he attended this event with his uncle, you understand, he was not thinking that was going to be his last day. He was not thinking when he went to sleep and woke up that day was going to be his last day. He was not thinking that. He was enjoying his life at the moment with his uncle and fellow peers. So it's a lot of circulating news going around of different stories about something about a mob in Texas called the Prince and J Prince. If y'all know about that as well, y'all could hit me on the comment down below. So it's a lot of different pictures that's going on around here of different scenario of what took place. But what captured and broke my heart to pieces? Not only that this man lost his life only at the age of 28, but a senseless act, a cold act of gun violence, is to hear his uncle, who as well is like a brother to him, and in fact is his brother to him, that they grew up in the same neighborhood, same household, raised in the same family. You could tell they have unconditional love for each other. You could tell they had each other back. But to hear the pain of an uncle seeing his nephew lifeless, dead in the floor, with not one that I heard, not one gunshot wound, multiple gunshot wound. I think 3, one on the torso, arm, and head. They saying the head was the main one that took him out. You understand? You could hear Quavo and the audio saying no. And you can also hear him, I think he's on the phone with a 911 dispatcher, and he's saying, what is she supposed to do? because there was a young lady, I think she was a nurse. You could see her performing CPR on takeoff body, lifeless body. And to see that young man laying there lifeless, knowing that he's no longer coming back because somebody, a cold motherfucker, decided to play Jesus, and he decided to play devil advocate as well, and do the devil work, to take that gun and shoot for nothing because of a disagreement, or because this probably, I'm not saying it's a setup, but maybe it could have been, you know, I'm just assuming, could have been a setup by a person that was envy or jealous of Quavo and Takeoff, and decided to do that nasty act, evil act of shooting this young man down. That young man did not deserve none of this. A lot of young men in this world that been lost their life due to gun violence and violence overall, do not deserve that. When is it gonna stop? When is it gonna stop in the urban community and the rap community and the community overall? When are we gonna stop killing or harming each other? When is someone's gonna step up already and say enough is enough? Put the guns down. Enough with the mothers crying over the casket, over their kids' body, knowing that their kids got killed because somebody couldn't control their temper and their anger. Someone decided to play God and take that person's life because they don't know how to control their anger, or because they don't know how to control their jealousy, or because they don't know how to control the envy. When is it going to stop? Enough seeing young men that are rappers, seeing young men in neighborhoods, seeing young men overall and young women losing their life over nothing. Over nothing. Takeoff, as people were saying, he shook the industry with this one, because this was a young man that was not about, you know, trouble. He was laid back to himself, quiet, as people say, humble, sweet. He left an impact in people's life. When he walked in the room, like, so I forgot who said it, he was just, they could felt the humbleness in him. You understand? So this shook a lot. His death shook up a lot in the music industry and as well in the urban community. It's very saddening that now Quavo have to live with this trauma, with this nightmare, with the image of his nephew, his partner, his rider, his one-hand man, his hitter, whatever, that his brother actually, his heart. He gotta live with that image of him in the floor, lifeless, with not coming back. You know, Offset as well have to live with it too, because if I'm not mistaken, and then, like I said, I'm just talking, like, you know, with my people, with my subscribers, you understand? Like I said, y'all could come on a comment down below. You communicate with me, you understand? Like, I'm a humble ass bitch. You could hit me in the comment down below. You know, you get a heart, you may get a comment, whatever. But as I read, and me and my friends, you know, we talked, they say Offset and him and Quavo had a little beef going on. And it's sad because now Offset have to live with of not being able to talk to him that one last time, because he didn't know that he was going to wake up one morning, you know, with the loss of his cousin and his family member. You feel me? So he has to now live with that guilt inside him. That he couldn't say sorry. He couldn't make amends. And I know how he feels because, you know, me losing someone close to my life as well, losing them, we had a little disagreement of some situation. And, you know, she passed. But when she passed, we was not really in a disagreement. We had she did say sorry that time, and I accepted her apology, but shit was still awkward, you feel me? So it's like, now I live with, damn, I should have just, you know, really make fully amends with her, because I live now with me constantly thinking about her. Me constantly thinking if she suffered. Me constantly thinking, you know, why this happened to her, you know. And that's not neither here nor there. That's like for another day. For me to explain one day to my subscribers that are my family. So I understand where Offset is coming from. Now he has to live with that. Damn, I should have made amends with him. Damn, it wasn't even that serious. But I hope and pray him and Quavo make peace among each other. Know that they all they got at the end of the day. You understand? Family is everything. People gotta understand that family and friends, that you get a close, solid friend, and they want like 100 with you. Treasure that, cause you don't get a lot of solid people in your life. If y'all got a disagreement, talk that shit out. There's no need to make, you know, have animosity, because tomorrow is never promised. So I hope and pray Quavo and Offset do make amends and squash it and put it behind them, because at the end of the day, they all they got. And it's so sad, and the heart breaks my heart that Takeoff lost his life because somebody couldn't control their anger, couldn't control their ego, couldn't control their egotistic, you know, want to prove a point for anyone or somebody. Now this young man, 28 years old, lost his life and now has to transition to the next life. He didn't fully have to get married, had kids. I don't know if he have kids, so, you know, he didn't fully got to experience that. But I pray that our Lord up in heaven, and I know is going to welcome him with open arms, and may his transition to the next life be as peaceful the way he was peaceful within himself. And may he rejoice with the heavens and angel upstairs with our Lord. You understand? And I hope and pray someday that the youth and the older men's that's in charge of the younger youth start reaching out and help and get in touch with the younger generation and the older generations as well too, that don't got it all up there, that wants to prove a point. Get it together and start helping one another. It don't matter your ethnicity. It don't matter where you come from. It don't matter at all. Reach out and help someone if you know they are dealing with some type of anger, some type of, you see them doing wrong, pull them to the side and talk to them. Give them structure, give them words of encouragement, wisdom. Be there for them. Because enough, we are losing our men and women through gun violence and violence overall. It's sad in the hip-hop world that we had to lose a young man by the name of Takeoff. To the person, whoever did this, may God forgive you for your sin. It's a special place for you in hell, because you did not have to do what you did and take this young man's life. You ain't had to do that. And to his family, his friends, and to his subscribers, and to his fans, My condolences out to each and every one of y'all. May God give y'all peace during this difficult time of grief. And may y'all find peace. May y'all find peace. But my name is Queen Rose. Your opinions and your thoughts are welcome in the comment down below. If you want to give your thoughts of this whole situation, it is very welcome. Know that you are you. You are unique in your own way. And never allow no one to take your shine. And as well, I pray that they allow us to be able to see his service, his go home, because I know his service is on Friday, but I'm not for sure if they're going to be televising or live streaming it. So I will keep y'all posted on that one as well. But my name is Queen Rose. Come and join the family, and I'm out to the next video.
Shining on a cloudy day, and it don't matter what you say, 'cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here.